Hello viewers, it's Josie. Welcome back to Eclectic Movie Reviews and Updates. And today I'm going to be giving some Turner Classic Movie TCM recommendations. These are movies that have either played on TCM before or are classics curated by TCM on the TCM hub of HBO Max. And the first film I'm going to start with is actually a little more recent one, well, 30 years ago, 1991, and that is Dead Again. This is a neo-noir directed by and starring Kenneth Branagh. The screenplay is by Scott Frank, who wrote and directed The Queen's Gambit on Netflix. I watched this in prep for Kenneth Branagh's new directorial effort, Belfast, being released in November by Focus Features. I'm really excited for it. It seems like it's going to be a very touching story. It won the People's Choice Award at the Toronto International Film Festival. And I can't wait for it. Anyway, in this mystery, a private detective named Mike Church, played by Kenneth Branagh, is assigned to help a woman named Grace, played by Emma Thompson, who is undergoing night terrors of past life trauma. Kenneth Branagh and Emma Thompson were actually married, I think a little bit after this movie, but of course they got divorced, and now they're married to different people. They seem happy and on good terms, but anyway, that's not relevant here. So through the hand of a hypnotist, Emma Thompson's character has a much clearer recall of this past life memory of an experience she had in the 1940s. What's cool is that the color of the present is juxtaposed by the black and white of the past. And what's especially cool about this is that Belfast, Kenneth Branagh's upcoming movie, is in black and white. And Kenneth Branagh and Emma Thompson's characters begin to fall in love, of course, and subsequently, Kenneth Branagh discovers that he's connected to Emma Thompson's past. I won't go much further into the plot. It's best for you guys to see it for yourselves. The screenplay is superbly clever. It's bold, too, for covering the topic of reincarnation in past lives in such a serious manner. Most studio or mainstream movies are too scared to touch it, given that it's considered a woo-woo idea. On top of that, Scott Frank's screenplay is truly elevated by Kenneth Branagh's direction. With his vision, Branagh creates the perfect blend of classic noir with neo-noir. It feels like a classic movie, even with the color scene. A classic romance mystery, even with the color scenes. The supporting cast is also worth mentioning. Andy Garcia, Wayne Knight, even Robin Williams has a small part. I was surprised to see him in it. Anyway, Dead Again is streaming on HBO Max, and it's available on DVD and Blu-ray. Next up is March of the Wooden Soldiers from 1934. This is the Laurel and Hardy iteration of Babes in Toyland. For those of you who do not know, Babes in Toyland, other than being a 1961 Disney TV movie, yeah, I believe it was a TV movie, was an operetta by Victor Herbert. It is a retelling of Mother Goose nursery rhymes. In this version, Laurel and Hardy are bumbling idiots as usual. The names in the story are Stanny Dumb and Ollie D. They live with Mother Peep in her shoe in Toyland. Yes, I said it. She can barely afford the mortgage on it. No, that's an actual plot point. In her shoe. In her shoe! Our villain, Silas Barnaby, tries to blackmail Mother Peep to get little Bo Peep's hand in marriage, when her true love is Tom Tom Piper. It's up to Stanny and Ollie to stop Silas Barnaby and his army of boogeymen with their own army of wooden soldiers. It's humorous and adorable. The production design is absolutely spectacular. It's a literal toy set brought to life. The costume design makes the characters look like dolls, in a good way. After all, they're in Toyland. That's the setting. Um, March of the Wooden Soldiers is available to watch for free on YouTube under the Kino Domain channel. I highly recommend you guys check that out. They have an interesting selection of public domain classic films. March of the Wooden Soldiers is also available to watch on Tubi. I believe the DVD and Blu-ray is out of print, but it would be great if there was another release of it. This would look outstanding in 4K. And if anybody from the New Beverly Cinema is watching this, please consider for December doing a kids double bill of this and Babes in Toyland. That would be awesome. Next up is Mr. Smith Goes to Washington from 1939, directed by Frank Capra. Jimmy Stewart plays a young, naive, idealistic senator named Jefferson Smith picked to fill the seat of a recently deceased senator under the mentorship of a current senator named Joseph Payne, played by Claude Rains. Smith proposes a legislation that would allow for the purchasing of land in his home estate to establish a boys' camp. He received donations, however, this monetarily conflicts with the dam building project. No, the pun was not intended. Not at first. It conflicts with the dam building project in which Senator Payne ultimately supports. The overarching political boss, Jim Taylor, played by Edward Arnold, and Senator Payne accused Mr. Smith of cannibalizing off of their own damn bill. You get the joke there. They claim that Jefferson Smith owns the land he's trying to get the campsite built on, and that Jean Arthur comes in as his chief of staff to help him with a filibuster. It's inspirational in that it features a character who does not give up on his aspirations. You can certainly classify it as a hero's journey in a way. All the performances are fantastic. Who doesn't love Jimmy Stewart? Jean Arthur is a delight to watch. She's one of my favorite classic movie actresses. Mr. Smith Goes to Washington was nominated for 11 Oscars and unsurprisingly won Best Writing Original Story. If the Toronto International Film Festival existed back then, I can totally see this winning the People's Choice Award. It's a crowd pleaser with an important message. It's politically timely, even under today's circumstances with infrastructure. Mr. Smith Goes to Washington is available on HBO Max and DVD and Blu-ray. Finally, I'm going to talk about two films in one, well, it's one film and then its sequel. Topper from 1937 and Topper Takes a Trip from 1939. These are two delightful little comedies, both directed by Norman Z. MacLeod. He is known for Horse Feathers, Monkey Business, and the 1933 Alice in Wonderland. After George and Marion Kirby, played by Clark Gable and Constance Bennett, die in a car accident, they want to perform some good deeds in order to be worthy enough to ascending to heaven. Their method is assisting a man named Cosmo Topper, played by Roland Young, through his midlife crisis. Funny, my dad's name is Cosmo. And Dad, if you're watching this, hello. This causes some conflict with his wife Clara, played by Billy Burke. And then in the sequel, Cosmo and Clara are about to get divorced. Marion, the ghost, creates a scheme to help get them back together. These two films should totally be in the conversation of best afterlife comedies. It's a clever mix of screwball comedy and the supernatural. Both Topper movies are available to watch for free in the public domain on YouTube. And funny story about this. I actually watched Topper Takes a Trip, the sequel, first, without realizing that it was a direct sequel to Topper. See, I thought that, Topper was one of those film series where you didn't have to watch it in order. How stupid of me. But, I mean, I didn't have that much trouble understanding the movie. I mean, there were a couple things that I was confused on, but not too much. So, after watching Topper Takes a Trip, I went back and watched Topper, and yes, it did make more sense, and I appreciate both films even more now. Anyway, um, those are my um, um, well, actually five TCM movie recommendations. I hope if you guys check them out that you like them. And if you like this video and you want to check out more movie related stuff or positive poems, then click the like button and subscribe. You can also follow me on Instagram at Eclectic Movie Updates or Positive Poems. I am also on Letterboxd, although I don't post that often there. I mainly make lists, although I haven't really made lists on Letterboxd in a while now. And some of my lists I have to delete or edit because um, I just, I don't know, I just want to edit them. Uh, but it's a pleasure sharing my thoughts with you all. Uh, Goodbye for now. Thanks for watching.